And you decide tonight another special election for the upstate begins next Monday. Early voting will get underway for the Republican primary to replace State Senator Roger Nutt for Senate District 12. Nutt recently resigned due to a health diagnosis. The district covers some of Greenville County and Spartanburg County. And one of those candidates running for Senate seat District 12 is Hope Blackley. So, Ms. Blackley, thank you so much for taking some time with us. You served as the Clerk of Court for Spartanburg County from 2010 to 2018. So what do you think you took from that experience that you want to take with you to the State House for the Senate?
Well, I learned the constituency of Spartanburg County as a whole, but definitely the Senate District 12, because that's where I was born and raised. And as I advocated and educated the constituency about the concerns of the old courthouse we had, that's where I really put a lot of focus in educating folks on the needs and whys of why we needed a new courthouse.
Yeah, you're one of the leading voices in that first penny sales tax. What did you learn through that experience? What do you want voters to know about how you can really mobilize the effort to take with you to the Senate?
Well, I learned a lot about economic development, which of course is not the forte of the Clerk of Court, but I learned all about that and listening to what is needed for our economy in Spartanburg. So I think that brings a myriad of experience that I had in my past that will help me with this current role as I seek to become the next senator for Senate District 12.
What goes through your mind when you look at that courthouse now, knowing the effort that you had behind that?
A lot of pride, but for the people. I know it sounds very platitudinal, but I would hear from the people as the leader, because the courthouse is the house of the Clerk of Court. That's who manages the building. And so when you would hear from jurors who had to come in, and then staff and faculty and judges who work there are a multitude of complaints when we work there, and so wanted to make sure that we had a courthouse that our community could be proud of. And when you ride by there, some people call it the Taj Mahal, I call it a place where justice can be served, rightly so, for the people that come in and out of that building. And you want to come into a safe and sound place, and I think that's what we have right now.
This is the second time running for this seat. You did so less than 1 year ago, coming in a close third in the primary last summer. Why run again?
The people asked me to. I got a call telling me that Senator Roger Nutt was actually going to step down and was encouraged to run again. And I told the callers that I received that I would think about it because it wasn't an instant yes. Talked with my family and decided based on the calls that I received that people wanted me to run. And of course, I'm running for the people. My goal for me in this position is to go make sure the voices are heard from that district, not just the voice of Hope Blackley, be a representation. And I felt very proud that I got enough calls that people considered me still a viable candidate to run. So that is truly why I'm running again.
You talk about the voice of the people. What are the top 3 issues that you think need to be addressed at the State House right now?
Education and school choice, roads and bridges, as well as taxes. Yeah.
You mentioned taxes, the state income tax.
Yes.
One of those issues where it's being talked a lot about, a lot of lawmakers. Do you want to see state income tax down to 0, eliminated?
I would love to see that. I was at an event this past weekend, and we had 2 candidates who were running for governor who talked just about that, and I'm totally in agreement with that. I think we're taxed enough, and especially for small businesses, because I have a small business. And so, yes, I would love to see us at a 0 tax.
Roads and bridges. How can we finally fund a fix for our roads and bridges?
Well, that's something I'm gonna have to continue to look into, because there are a multitude. I'm getting a lot of opinions and thoughts from the constituency about what that looks like for them, especially small business owners. I actually met with a business owner who does grading work today, and his concern was about the weight of his trucks and going over bridges. So there's a multitude of things that need to be addressed, but the most important thing is feeling like he was double taxed, and I've heard that constantly about the taxation on roads and bridges and falling over to businesses, or as in other aspects, to the constituency. So that is something I would definitely take a hard look at and make a good sound decision that best benefits District 12 as well as Spartanburg County.
When you talk about,
and Greenville County.
Of course, yeah. And so when you talk about education, school choice, there's this balance that lawmakers are now trying to examine when it comes to removing funds from public education. Some opponents saying you're taking money away from there, especially with those scholarships. So where's that balance for you?
That balance is giving the parents the opportunity to make the choice that's best fits their child. And because we do have a number of failing schools in districts where the tax base isn't highly as supported because the income is not the same, you don't have enough teachers, and actually the buildings and facilities that aren't to par for students to even be sitting into to learn.
Hope Blackley, candidate for Senate District 12. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And once again, early voting for the Republican primary begins next Monday, October 6th. Blackley is running against former Spartanburg County Councilman Justin Bradley. Our interview with him aired last night. You can find it right now on foxcarolina.com. Also in the race, former state lawmaker Lee Bright. You can see his full interview tomorrow night right here on Fox Carolina News.